and gentlemen, Legend in My Spare Time podcast.
This podcast is a proud member of the IHOP Network, the International House of Podcasts.
Hey there, this is everyone's favorite women's champion, Mickie James, and you are listening to Legend in My Spare Time podcast.
Legend in My Spare Time.
Legend in My Spare Time contains themes and subjects that may not be suitable for everyone listening. If you're easily offended, we suggest you get your podcast on elsewhere.
Motherfucker. Legend in My Spare Time. Legend in My Spare Time.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and listeners all around the world to a brand new edition of your favorite podcaster's favorite podcast. That's right. Legend in My Spare Time is back, baby. It's me, Matt motherfucking Lees. With me as always, the one, the only, the most exciting man in podcasting, Just Johnny.
Hello.
I love that you always do such a passionate intro.
Well, I have to now. I'm kind of like, what's the word? In a routine.
It's a routine, yeah. Plus, if you did come out all like, hey, folks, how you doing? I'd be like, nope. We'd just probably hang up on each other.
Get out of here. Get
the fuck out of here. Speaking of those cheesy accents, remind me, check out our friends at the IHOP Network. And, of course, you can follow us on Twitter at Legend Podcast, and you can use the hashtag LIMST so we can find the tweets that you send us. Much love to all of our listeners out there. We sure do love hearing from you guys, so keep listening. Thank you very much. Keep bringing your friends on board because we really enjoy it, don't we, Just Johnny?
You know we do.
Yeah, we it's kind of like I don't know. It's
nice to hear off our fans.
Listeners. They're listeners. They're not fans. Okay?
I thought you said they were fans.
No, only
you always describe them as fans.
I'm pretty sure only egomaniacs would refer to their listeners as fans.
Yeah.
But anyway, listen. Stop trying to fucking throw me off track right at the beginning, early in the day. I'm not having this off you. That's enough. You behave yourself.
Okay.
Or I'll call fucking Joey on the line and he'll have to shout at you.
Oh, yeah. Joey, he's being mean to me. Well, stop being a bitch and fight him back.
That's probably exactly how it would go. So, yeah, there you go. Big shout out to our loyal listener and good friend and our brother, Uncle Joey. What's happening, dog? And a special shout out to any of you motherfuckers who are struggling this week. If you're having a tough week, we got your back, man. This goes out to all of our warriors out there because, we feel the pain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We feel it. We feel it big time. All right, folks. So, as it is a brand new edition, I love to kick things off with the most exciting man in podcasting by asking him what he's been up to. So, Just Johnny, what's new? What's real? What's happening? What it is?
I didn't realize we were throwing me under the bus quite so early on. Shit, I got nothing. You were supposed to reply and that give me time to think, but that backfired. So, yeah, I got nothing. I got,
right. As per usual.
A work week without you.
Yeah, because I was away for 2 weeks.
Oh, sorry, 2 weeks.
That's right. That's right. I'm sure it was an incredibly lonely time for you.
It was. My headache's gone, though.
Well, that's good. It's on its way back, though. Yeah. Funny that, because I had a lovely 2 weeks of no stress and relaxation when my wife and I visited Canada, which I'm sure we'll talk about this week. But, yeah, then you get like 2 days into work and you're already right back where you were, because sometimes we find that we work with assholes. Right, Johnny?
Motherfuckers.
And we don't even really mean each other at this time. But there you go. So, yeah, we're going to talk this week a little bit about my trip. Just Johnny did, jokes aside, mention he had a couple of things he wanted to talk to you listeners about. And, yeah, other than that, you're in for a regular episode of the world's greatest podcast, Wheatus, the favorite podcast of Wheatus. So there we have it, my friend. Now, firstly, I just want to make a quick mention because my friend and yours, JJ Hawkins, his show, Mars Needs Podcast, just made their triumphant return after a full year off. JJ and Jason came back this week. They did go in depth and explain where they've been and why they've been away. It's not my place to say, but JJ, I'm so glad that you're on the ups, and he's back. So definitely check out Mars Needs Podcasts. They deserve your listens. They deserve your love because they're good people. And JJ and I also recorded a Disney Parks special episode the other day, which I will be releasing soon, very soon indeed. And of course, we did invite Just Johnny, and I said, "Hey, Just Johnny, you want to do a Disney episode with me and JJ?" And what was your reaction? Would you say?
I believe the words were, "Fuck no."
Fuck no. Yeah.
Not only no, but fuck no.
Yeah, and I think I said to you, you'd rather shit down your own throat, wouldn't you? And you were like, yep.
Again? I mean, yeah.
So, yeah, Just Johnny wasn't there, folks, but not because he wasn't welcome, but because he didn't want to be there. Because he was having nightmares and PTSD from a fucking previous Christmas episode, which I think still haunts him.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. It's like, I've never been. I would just feel left out. So, I'll just
pass.
I just won't do anything. Yeah.
There you go. I'm a good host that way. You know what I mean? I allow you that freedom. You know what I mean? I cut your strings for that day. I'm just kidding. I don't own you. We're just buddies and we're just podcast buddies. I'm just saying. You don't have to do any of the shows that you don't want to do. Okay, sweetheart?
Okay.
Don't get worked up. It's absolutely fine.
Me?
I know you don't want to do wrestling episodes, and I know you don't want to do Disney episodes. But luckily, ladies and gentlemen, that's why we have J.J. Hawkins and our good friend P-Chan and some other folks that will do those kinds of episodes with me. So there.
So,
Fneh. That's right. Well, so should we start with my trip, the trip I took with the wife back to the homeland, eh?
Hey, let's do it. Hey.
Now, I wanted to ask you, is there like a stereotype about Welsh people that the people ask you about? Like, for example, when I first moved back, was there something that I kind of, how do I explain? All right, we're just going to go out with it. Our good friend over at Gallifrey Stands, Dr. Squee, and as he's listening to this, he probably literally just stopped and went, oh, what the fuck did I do now?
Motherfucker.
So I told him, obviously, I'm visiting Canada, and he said, dude, it'd be great if you could get me an interview with a Mountie for his Due South by Southeast podcast, a podcast dedicated to Due South with a wonderful theme song, if I do say so myself. And anyway, yeah, he says, get me an interview with a Mountie. Now,
hey.
I need to explain that Mounties aren't just like all over the place in Canada. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
They're not like a normal, regular occurrence.
So a Mountie's not just what they call police?
No, certainly not. Now,
so you have police and you have Mounties?
That's right. Now, the Mounties would be more like...
The Royal Canadian Mounted Police, eh?
What the fuck was that?
The Royal Canadian Mounted Police, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But you said it.
Not.
You said it like A. Yeah. Anyway, but the Mounties are essentially like federal level. So they're like the feds coming in as opposed to the cops, right? So the RCMP provides law enforcement at a federal level.
Would it be federal? Because don't they kind of have British systems? So wouldn't it be more the Canadian version of not federal? What's the royal?
No, it's federal. It's literally
because we don't have federal over here, do we?
Yeah, well, that's over here, man. We're talking about Canada. Okay.
Yeah, but Canada follow our...
Well, obviously they don't, all right?
They have our queen on their money.
Yeah, all right, but they obviously don't follow everything because the RCMP provides law enforcement at a federal level.
At the what level?
Federal.
And what does the R stand for?
Royal Canadian Mounted Police.
The R stands for Royal, which is kind of the British way of saying federal.
Look, man, you ruined this for me because I looked it up on Wikipedia, okay? And then I just tried to throw in the whole sentence about law enforcement at a federal level and sound like a smart fucker. And then you had to make a thing out of it. So now I have to tell you that I'm reading it off Wikipedia. So it's obviously correct because the internet gets everything right.
I was just busting your balls anyway, so.
I know you were. You're trying to wind me up and we're only fucking 10 minutes in or something.
Working anyway.
So anyway, my point was, you don't just walk around seeing fucking Mounties everywhere. I can count how many times I've seen an actual Mountie.
Not on TV?
Yeah, that's right. I've seen them in real life. I've spoken to them in real life. But they're not like Tim Hortons, which are on every corner. You know what I mean?
Well, no, because I don't know the Tim Hortons reference because I'm not American or Canadian.
Well, it would be like having...
We legit have one Tim Hortons.
Well, it'd be like having Greg's because Greg's are fucking everywhere.
There we go.
And there are multiple
translated.
Greg's.
That works.
There are multiple Greg's stores within the same shopping area, right?
3 within our small town.
Yeah, 3. That's the perfect comparison to Tim Hortons because that's what it's like. It's the only restaurant or coffee shop in the world I've ever been in where you can stand in the lobby, look to your left, and see another location of the same restaurant down the road.
Lobby?
Yeah, we're not doing this again. Lobby.
For you?
I'll lobby you one in a minute, bruv.
That sounds rude.
So anyway, we go back to the magical land of Canada for a week to go to a wedding, the wedding of my sister-in-law, Alana, and her now hubby. Some of you may have heard of him, DJ Marty McFly. And what a great time was had. Of course, I have a few tales from the week that we could talk about. First one, though, we need to just do a bit of a lesson right before we go into that story and just remind people that Canada is a weed-friendly land.
So it's a Wendley.
In Canada, marijuana is legal. So now, as long as we get that out of the way, right, we can just continue to tell these stories as we're going to. But anyway, first, we go to the flight, okay? Now, this flight, it's long, but it's not too long, you know what I mean? But it's not comfortable enough. But anyway, my biggest problem on all these flights, as anywhere else in the world, is other fucking people.
Which is weird, because normally you get on with other people.
Like a house on fire, right?
Yeah, I don't know if something to do with the compressed, I don't know, maybe it's the big metal tube that you're in.
Yeah, could be. The compressed metal tube with refreshed air, recycled air.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
maybe
saying?
that just makes you a bit of an arsehole.
Maybe. But anyway, here's my beef, man, because it seems like, I'm sure I've talked about this on this very show before. It seems no matter where I go and what I'm doing, I am the least important person there. Because people insist on pushing or jumping in front of you. So I have two separate occasions where this happened to me. Now, the first one was after, neither one happened on the plane, okay? But my beef on the plane is you got people that are just bumping into you. Now, you got screens on the back of your on the front of the seat, right? On the back of every seat, there's a screen. So you look at the screen in front of you. Yeah? It's a touch screen, like an iPad. You get to watch movies. It's great. Anyway, at one fucking point on this fucking flight, this fucking chick comes over to talk to the chick in front of her. Okay? And she's doing the whole, when people put their hand on the seat because they're talking to you? Now, first I must point out that in order to do this, this lady paused the movie she was watching on her touchscreen, put down her headphones, and then walked over to talk to the lady in front of me. She then is now putting her hand on the chair to talk to her friend. However, her hand is just full-on palmed over my screen at this point.
And which point did you kick off?
Well, first I gave it that moment because I was like, no way, she knows she just did that. She's going to realize in a second and she's going to go,
sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey.
Yeah, right? Because, no, she was, I don't know why you had to add the A. But that's what I'm expecting, right? Oh, shit, sorry, my bad. Doesn't happen.
A.
So I wait a few minutes. Doesn't happen. So now I'm doing the stink face, as you do. And then, instead of getting into a confrontation of any kind, I just... Maybe this is like am I an asshole? You can just tell me right now. I just kind of... I flicked her.
As in, when you see, I don't know, a pee on the table and you flick it.
Not that. That's more aggressive than mine was, but more like a little
more like a little pat.
Like the back of my fingers to pat her hand up and off my screen.
Kind of like a shoe.
A shoe. That's a better term. Yeah, I shooed her.
Because you're a middle-aged woman.
What was my alternative in this metal tube, right? Because we all see what happens.
I would have literally just put my hand on top of hers and just stared at her.
Would you though?
No, probably not.
No, I don't think you would have. If it was on a podcast, maybe.
Yeah.
But
big man on the podcast.
Yeah, me too. Don't worry. We both play big man on the podcast. But that's the thing, right? Is you don't want to be the guy being a jerk on a plane because we've all seen what happens in those circumstances.
Yeah.
So I just kind of flicked the hand. She's just like, "Oh, sorry."
Are you?
Are you? That's what. Are you though? Are you though? So that's just fucking. That's the kind of people you're dealing with in the general public. Wouldn't. Even if it was an accident, right?
Deep breath.
Wouldn't your hand feel that it was on a fucking screen? It doesn't feel the same as the seat, right? So if you slip your hand, right? You're going to know your hand's on a screen now and not the back of a chair, right?
Yeah, because it's, this feels different.
Right. That's what I was waiting for. But no, it never happened.
You could have just... How much, shoulda, woulda, coulda. That's it. I can think. How many things went through your head? Hey, what are you doing? Oh, no, it's fine. I did want to watch the movie. Excuse me? Or, oh, no, he didn't.
Yeah, all of those things went through my head.
Instead, you were turned into a middle-aged woman and shoo-shoo.
Pretty much, man. I'm trying to be better, right? Don't tell. I would have liked to shout and be a jerk, but I can't do that.
What you should have done is sort of glance around to see who's sitting in front of her. Wait until she sits down and go and do the exact same thing. Oh, hey, buddy. I know this is a bit weird. I had that exact same top years ago, but my ex threw it out. Where did you get it? Because she got it for me as a gift. Whatever. Just come up with some bullshit.
No, easier. You hand them $5 and you go, I just need 2 minutes. I'm fucking with the chick behind you.
Yeah. Just to see what she would say.
Yeah. So let's think about other people. I think I say that a lot on this show, man.
Yeah. And as someone like yourself who's very courteous to other people's feelings and thoughts, it would have been nice to maybe have it reciprocated.
Yeah. And all right. So I'm not like a nice dude, right? But I'm not selfish.
You're not impolite.
I'm not exactly. That's what I'm going for, right? Yeah, I'm a cunt. Ooh, our American listeners love that word. Let's give them one more. Cunt. Do you want to do it?
No, I'll wait for the right moment. I don't want to just throw it in there.
Are you sure I put an echo on your voice?
No, it's fine. I'll wait for the right moment.
Okay, fine. Cunt.
Oh,
nice.
Jinx.
So yeah, so that's it. You're right. I'm certainly not impolite. But so that's what so you get off this flight, right? And there's a lineup in the bathroom in the men's room, right? And you got the fucking urinals, or as you would incorrectly say it.
Wait, what? What do you mean? I say it the exact same way that you say it.
Don't you?
Urinals.
No, urinals.
Urinals. Aluminium. Yes, because there's an I between the U and M.
I was trying to trick you into saying the right way, because it's actually aluminum.
No.
It's aluminum.
It's our fucking language.
It's fucking aluminum, sir. I'm the same as you. You can't say our language. I'm the same as you. We were born from each other. We're miles away from each other.
But the no, get rid of that one.
Aluminum.
1 second. Okay. So aluminium. According to Wikipedia, which you just said is God's, which is God's gospel, spelled and pronounced aluminum in American English. So the second part of that word would be American English. It's English. It's our language.
Well, I thought we were Welsh.
Well, yeah, we can barely speak English ourselves. I want to see what it was discovered.
Anyway, listen. You look up that while I tell you this. There's a lineup at the urinals, okay?
Urinal. Wait. What's the posh word for piss?
Is there one?
It's urine.
No, it's urine.
Hello?
Urine. It's urine.
At the end.
Urine. As in you're in trouble.
At the end. No, there's an E at the end. Urine.
No.
Urinal.
No.
Urine.
Anyway, there's a bunch of dudes at the urinal.
Pissers.
Which is probably made of aluminum.
No, you wouldn't have that on a plane. Probably plastic or something.
No, we're not on the plane anymore. We already got off the plane.
You didn't say you got off.
I did. I said so. After we get off the plane, there's a lineup.
Wait, you were getting off on the plane?
So there's a lineup for the urinals, okay? And we're talking there's a line behind every single urinal. So there's 5 of them. There's 5 guys waiting. This gentleman, I use the term loosely, walks right in as another gentleman finishes having a piss, as you would so eloquently say. This gentleman walks right past everyone and walks right up to that urinal and uses it.
And being those 5 guys, did you have that? I really hope it's that arrogant prick here that's just going to shout him out.
Well, we're not on the plane anymore, right? And Lindsay's a little bit grumpy. So I say, hey, so you didn't see the rest of the people waiting, huh? No concept of what a line is? No, you're just more important than us. Fuck us, right? The entire time he's ignoring me.
I was going to say, because he's ignoring you, so you're like, oh, I'm going to keep going.
Right, but then I look to the other 4 dudes that are all standing there, and not one of them says a fucking word.
Surely that would be, 5 would be a good posse. It's like, no.
Yeah, look at us, dudes. We're a posse. Doesn't matter.
5 of us can kick his ass.
all I really wanted was even like one of the dudes to be like, yeah, man, dick move, right?
Like, oh, kind of look at you, this guy, right?
No, nothing. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. I am obviously a piece of shit who does not deserve enough respect to use the bathroom in turn. So, fuck this dude, right? We move on. Everybody's had their pee. It's fine. It's fine. Let's move on. We're on vacation after all.
Wait, keep talking. I'll be back now.
Keep talking. I'll be back now. Well, that's not going to work for telling the story.
Okay, my cat decided to sleep on my bed, and then midway through was like, "No, fuck this, I'm going out." So I had to open the door. Carry on.
All right. So we walk away from the
Toilets.
And now we're in the. You wouldn't know this because you've never left your hometown.
I've never been to a toilet.
But we're in the immigration line. All right. And it's basically like, I'd compare it to a theme park line, but you wouldn't know what that was either. So essentially they're ushering you through this little fucking maze they've made with their little fucking clever little fucking separators, whatever the hell they're called.
You mean like the queue at Starbucks?
Yeah, but much bigger and windy.
Oh, okay.
So we're in this fucking line. And first off, don't think I don't see all you motherfuckers cutting line and jumping under the things around each other and shit. That ain't cool. So if the line goes left to right to left to right in fucking back and forth rows, here's what's not okay. If me and you were walking through those wars, those wars, it is going to be a fucking war. If me and you were walking through those rows and then you start jumping under hoops to go all the way to where the line is, that's not cool, man. Once you enter those fucking lines, we're in line. There's somebody in front of you. Have some respect. Am I right?
No cut seats, no front seats, no back seats. Just fuck off back to the
right. Like you have to go through a little gate to get into this section, so we're obviously already in line. So you don't get to just start lifting up things and jumping under things and sliding around the place, okay? Right. I'm getting a headache. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, we are getting close now to the security guards, all right? And dude behind me walks so close up to me that his belly is now hitting my back.
Or the scientific word, gunt.
Yes, his gun, because he was a big fat motherfucker. So, first time, again, you do they're going to realize in a minute that they fucked up. It's going to be fine.
I mean, think about it. You know you're accidentally touching something.
Right. That's what, right? Just like the other chick should have known she was touching a television screen. Anyway. So I kind of do the lean back and push him back a bit.
As if to be like, I know, give him a little bit more pressure.
Right. And he'll go, oops, sorry.
Yeah. Maybe this fucker's so fat he didn't realize.
Right. So then the line moves forward. So I step forward. He steps forward again, so close that he's literally touching me again. I'm not saying there's brushing up against me. He's closer than he needs to be. Okay?
Okay.
If it was a woman, she would have hit him. He's that close to her. Okay? It's not okay. So again, the line moves. So I just step forward. Now it's the third time and he does it. And he stands right up against me again. So this time I push back with no question that I'm pushing him back this time. I'm not just leaning. I'm full on taking a back step into him. And I just turn around and look at him and give him the look of are we done with that now? Or so now he's not standing as close to me anymore. He's understood what's happening. Okay. Now, remember what we talked about entering the line at the beginning and now you've now formed a line?
Yeah.
So we go over to these, because what happens when you get to the end of the line is there's numbered platforms with different booths, basically, kind of like when you used to cross into Wales on the bridge, with an immigration officer. He's going to ask you where you're going, blah, blah, he's going to check your passport. They all have numbers, so it's like station 1 to 20, whatever, right? So as you get to the front, a dude will come to the front, he'll be like, hey, you guys are together? All right, line up in number 7 for me, or whatever, right? The guy says to us, whatever the number was, it's at the end. There's nobody else there. He says, hey, can you guys go ahead and line up at number 19 for me? And we're like, no problem. And he says to the dude behind me with the gunt, yeah, follow these guys. 19, please. All right. So we get there now. We get to 19 and now section 20 in front of us is empty. What do you think the gunt man does?
Obviously goes to section 20
right?
because,
Yep. He walks
fuck the rules.
He walks right over to 20. And again, now we're not in I out loud say to him, hey man, there's a line here. People are waiting, And he ignores me, stares forward. I said, "Excuse me, man. There's a line and we're in front of you." Now, he stayed there, but his family was behind him. So they stayed behind us because they were obviously embarrassed, right? So I'm speaking loud enough now, hoping that the immigration guards will hear me. Right?
I may sound Canadian, but I'm fucking British.
Right?
I will fuck. Yeah.
I will hopefully get that man right there to yell at you. And luckily, that's exactly what happened. The immigration guard looked over at him and said, "It's one line, pal."
Nah. So you got told off.
Right?
So
And
you
then-
grassed on him.
Yeah, well, but he listened to the guy, so maybe I thought he was deaf. He didn't hear me. But he heard this guy, so he went back to stand in line. And, of course, as he walked by me, he still ignored me in defense to him. He stuck with his guns. But I got to give him that look of like, yeah, that's right. I fucking ratted you out, motherfucker. Get behind me in line, motherfucker. Shit, not today. Not today. So that was my misadventures on my flights. So, people, let's just be nice to each other, man, like I am. It's unbelievable. People are so selfish.
Some people are just rude.
Would you have let that man walk in front of you?
No, like you said, probably at this point I'd be quite annoyed, agitated, and like you said, you're not on the plane anymore. What's the worst they're gonna do? Send me home?
Right.
Which it's kind of one of those things. Is like if you've gone out, you're just like shit. What excuse can I use to go home early? So if they said, right, that's it, you gotta go home, you're like, oh no, fuck yeah.
All right. But yeah, so I figured in the airport, the worst that was going to get done was somebody was going to be like, "Sir, calm down or you're going to jail." Right? That's usually what they say. Sir, we're going to have you arrested if you don't calm down or whatever.
You're going to get shot.
And I'd be like, "Oh, no, it's Canada. We're fine." And at which point I would have gone, yeah, you're right. My bad, but fuck that dude. But anyway, so he got behind me in line. And that's basically what you deal with when you go to these airports. People are no better; they're worse. They're worse. I think they're more selfish because they're also grumpy and being in an airport forever. So they think that again means that they are even more important than you.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like everyone's in the same situation. Just chill the fuck out.
Yeah, just chill the fuck out. So that's the beginning of our adventures. So you're not off to a great start when people are annoying you already. But then we're happy, we're glad, we're in Canada, we've made it through arrivals, and there we are. And we're home where we lived for so many years. So it was wonderful. We got to see a bunch of Rachel's family. We got to see a bunch of friends, mutual friends, and we got to see some friends of mine that I hadn't seen in a long time. Lordy. What a night. What a week. Excellent times.
A week.
Now, I don't want to go too deep on the marijuana.
Is that what she said?
No, that's not what she said. I don't want to go too much into the marijuana, but let me just say that comparatively speaking, here in the UK, allegedly,
From chatting with friends.
People
who medicinally use it?
It's like literally taking oregano and some twigs compared to what you get in Canada. Oregano. Oregano and twigs.
Twigs, mate.
So, but the quality of which is just unbelievable. So I wanted to say, well done, you. Congratulations to Canada for that wonderful, wonderful decision. And I don't know why it's not happening everywhere. Hopefully one day it will. Now, I think we just went on a 30-minute tirade and forgot that we were talking about Mounties very briefly because we got in an argument. But all I was going to say was I did not get an interview with a Mountie for Dr. Squee because they're not everywhere. I didn't find one. So I tried.
Yeah, you tried. I mean, what more can they ask for?
What more can they ask for? I thought about it. I considered it. What more do you want from me?
Yeah, and then you thought, fuck it. I'll enjoy my holiday.
Fuck it. So the following day, we went to Toronto to see the Toronto Blue Jays play the New York Yankees.
Toronto.
And boy, did the Toronto Blue Jays get those little booties spanked by those Yankees. So when we were there in Toronto. Toronto. We, the group we went with, so my sister-in-law, our friend Heather, and my wife, we went to Toronto to see the Blue Jays. And our good buddy, P-Chan, who is a longtime friend and brother of mine, he was in fact the first ever guitar player in my first ever band. We were in high school together. We were in a band called 3D Glasses, and we were fucking awesome. Now, I can say that because there are no tapes or video that exist of us. So in my mind and everyone else's now, we were awesome.
Prove me wrong.
So exactly, prove me wrong. You literally can't do it. So he lives in Toronto, so he said, I'll come and see you guys. So we find a bar. By the way, this 1 hour, Toronto from where we live in Kitchener, KW, should be about an hour drive maybe, right? Took us 3 full hours to get there because we were in traffic the whole time.
That sounds really pleasant.
And it's hot, but at least we got air conditioning. So we finally get there. We arrive late. Now, on this very night, they were giving away free hoodies. Kind of like they do that at baseball games sometimes, like everyone who comes in gets a free bobblehead or whatever, right?
Did you at least get like 7 so I could have 4?
So no, we arrived too late to get the free shit, but we'll come back to that later because there's more happenings around that. Now, so we meet up with our buddy P. Chang because it took us 3 hours to get there, and we're having some drinks and chilling, and it's really nice to see him. I haven't seen that dude in a long time, like many years, 8, maybe 9. I'm really bad with times, but like 8, 9, a long time. You know what I mean? So it's great to be hanging out with him. We're having some brewskis. We go into the game. We don't get there early enough for our free hoodies, but it is indeed Pride Night at the Sky Dome, or the Rogers Center that they want you to call it. It's the fucking Sky Dome. Shut your bitch mouths. So we're there for Pride Night, and it's a good time, and it's super expensive for beer, but me and P-Chan are chilling out and chatting and talking shit to the players, and, you know, it's wonderful. P-Chan has to leave a little early because he's headed off to the recording studio. Not that he's big timing, you know what I mean? But he was like, yo, I got to go to the studio, which is awesome. I was really glad to see him. So I go out to I walk out with him basically, and I'm like, all right, man, see you later. I give him a big hug, you know, and we say goodbye. And then here comes Michelle, who's always been my favorite sister-in-law. And she has a vape pen, but a THC kind. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Now, so she goes, hey, man, you want to go in the bathroom and hit this shit? And I was like, fuck yeah, I do. So luckily at this time I go in, and again, folks, I got to start with allegedly. So I go in and the fucking Johnny is empty. There's nobody in there. So I hop in the stall and I figure, you know, you got to get it done quick, right? Like get it in and get it done. So I'm like hooting on this thing and coughing my fucking balls off. And I come running out, and we're both giggling and go back in to watch the game. So it's wonderful that you can do that. But you know, when you go to like sports events here in the UK, or maybe even anywhere, and people like get in a group and smoke in the bathrooms.
What's that?
Like people will get together and smoke their cigarettes
in the bathroom.
Yeah, smoking in the boys' room, right? They smoke. Yeah, they do.
Dude, come on.
People do it all the time. All right, I'm here to let you know. Difference in Canada being
over here.
Difference being in Canada when they're doing it, it's a fucking joint.
Have you not like? Obviously, you don't smoke, but like, have you not seen how crazy people get if you smoke in a building?
Oh,
like,
yeah, as they should, man. That shit's full of toxins.
So, yeah, you can't go to a bathroom and smoke. Those fuckers will clamp down on you.
Well, they still do it, man, especially at sporting events here in the UK.
See, that's the problem. I don't go to sporting events. So
I didn't think you did. It was a bad example. But anyway, the difference in Canada
I was thinking, like, that doesn't happen over here.
It does.
Wait, yeah.
You go into the bathroom there, and it's like 4 dudes standing around. Instead of having a circle jerk like you and your buddies, they're smoking a joint.
I was just about to say, wait, where's this going? This sounds like my type of party.
Oh yeah. So then, of course, you're in there, and it's like everyone's happy. And I said, "Smells great." And somebody went, "Hey, you want to hit this?" Now, usually, if I'm in a bathroom and somebody says, "You want to hit this?" my answer is immediately, "No, thank you." But I was like, "Yep." So now we're kind of walking around the gift shop. And I pick up a really cool patch because I got this jacket and I get my mom to sew patches on it because I'm that kind of dude. And it's a Toronto Blue Jays patch, but it's in the Pride colors. So it's unique. It's cool. And then all of a sudden, now the giveaway that day, like I said, it was hoodies, right? All of a sudden, here comes Michelle and she's got one of the hoodies. And I'm like, yo, where the fuck did you get that? She's like, that kid over there came up to me and said, I'll sell you this hoodie for 15 cents. And I told him, here's $2. Take a walk or whatever, and bought the hoodie off him, right? So
Jesus.
There's 3 of them, and the one of them sold the hoodie. So I see these kids. So without thinking about anything, I chase after them. Like I'm chasing these little kids now in a stadium. And I stop them and I say,
that can't go wrong, can it?
Can't go wrong at all. And I go, hey, which one of you little motherfuckers just sold your hoodie for $2? And they stopped and turned around as if they were in trouble. And I said, no, it's cool. It's cool. I just want, he's like, oh, I did. I was like, well, I want to buy the other one. So I'll give you $5 for it. And when I said $5, both the kids who had hoodies left were like, oh shit, yeah, like taking them off. And I was like, I just want one of them. You guys decide. if I would have been thinking, I know now I could have had both of them for $5, right? I'd be like, give them both and split this up. But anyway, so I did buy the hoodie off them so I could give it to Rachel. But I then realized I'm still holding the patch. Like, I didn't pay for this item that I just ran out of the store with.
Oh.
And I thought, uh-oh. Like, because now there are no Mounties. Sorry, Squee, but there are cops everywhere. And, of course, I'll be able to explain my way out of it, and I'll pay for the fucking thing. But ultimately, for the first couple of minutes, this could be trouble. So I run straight back to the store, run straight up to the till, and I go, hey, man, to the nice gentleman at the till. I say, hey, dude, so I left with this accidentally. And he said, oh, bless your heart. Aren't you so kind for telling me, eh?
And you're there like,
I was
you're
like,
you're not gonna shout. You're not gonna be like, give me a stink look at least.
you're not mad? Oh yeah, we're in Canada. And then I'm thinking, I probably could have got away with this, man. But I did the right thing and paid for it. But he seemed so genuinely pleased that he's like, oh, bless your heart, aren't you kind? And I was like, oh, Canada.
Can you imagine? This comes out of my wages.
Yeah, that would have come out of my wages. She's been dead for 10 years.
Wait, did you not hear me? I said she's been dead for 10 years.
Yeah. So yeah, that's our Blue Jays adventures. Then we got lost on the way out because we went to the wrong parking garage. Now it was like a Seinfeld episode, but you don't know what the fuck that is, so I'm not even going to go there. Seinfeld, fuck you. But for you educated listeners who do know what Seinfeld is, picture the parking lot episode, and that was us running around this place looking for the level. I think it was like PA1. Anyway, we're looking around, and I know they tell me our level starts with a P. P for Peter, P for Pecker, P for Pussy. You know what I'm saying? But we're running around this place, and we're on like level E. And I'm like, this thing.
You don't know your alphabet.
How big is this level? Like, how far are we going to have to go up? Because, by the way, we found ourselves lost. So we weren't walking in the stairwell anymore. We were walking up and down the ramps. You know, the ones that say no pedestrians? Yeah, that was us. Trying to find this place. And then we start looking around the thing, but we know that we parked on level 1. Like, we didn't go up any ramps, right? But we've now gone up like 5 of them. And I'm like, I don't know what we're doing. So we find a dude that works there, and I walk up to him. Again, now, I'm high as a motherfucker. I've been smoking weed all night. And I'm trying to explain to this dude, hey, man, we're looking for like level P, man, like for pussy.
I'm scared.
We're level P. And he's just staring at me, kind of like you stare at me when I talk about wrestling or Disney. And he's just looking at me. So, you know, like if you're in a place and they're like, oh, I'm looking for level F, you'd be like, oh, yeah, take the stair there. But he's looking at me as if like he's never even heard of PE, whatever I'm saying. And he's just looking. He's like, I don't know. So then another employee joins him. He's like, no, man, that's not even in this building. And I was like, well, at least we're not just fucking lost. We're just stupid, you know? But what was beautiful was an entire crowd when we left the stadium. The city streets were full of beautiful Canadian motherfuckers and a Welsh dude rolling down this big old street. Now, you wouldn't know anything about sporting events, so you don't know what it's like to leave in a big crowd. But it was
street.
But it was awesome. There was street meat around. There was cool nightlight, like it's nighttime, so the city's lit up. Not that kind of street meat. It's just a great experience. I really enjoyed it, and it was a really nice time to be home, especially right in the middle of the Toronto Raptors getting ready to win the NBA Finals. What an amazing experience! Congratulations to the Raptors. We watched the Game 5 on the Monday, but they didn't win until Game 6. And you're probably giving me that look that I just described right now. All right, so now you there may be more stories I remember later, but I want to get to the big one, which was Sunday night for me. Now, did you want to talk about your stuff first, and we finish with this?
No, we keep going. My stuff was just like, well, shit. Compared to this,
fair enough. I just don't want to be another episode where you say like 7 words, but I guess.
Oh, you mean like all the other episodes?
Yeah, I guess we're nothing if not consistent. But, you know, feel free to chime in at any point and tell your story. But so for the Sunday night. No? Yes? Maybe?
No, wait.
Fine.
No, wait. Did that come through?
It certainly did.
Nice. Okay, that's all I have to offer.
Thank you. It certainly did. Your mama must be so proud. Now,
why does this stink of shit in here? I don't know.
Why does it smell like shit and semen in here, John?
Don't ask.
Don't ask. So anyway, whenever you go visit to a place you used to live where you know a lot of people, you inevitably get the whole, make sure you come visit us. Make sure you come see us. Make sure you know what I mean? And it's hard because you can't see everybody that you want to, even though you want to, right? You just can't fit everyone in unless you're just Johnny because he's got room for everyone. So I kind of said on my Facebook that I emailed some of my musician buddies and I said, yo, where's the music scene in town now? Where should I go to play? I want to find an open mic and I want to play. And they told me to go to the Rich Uncle Tavern, which was an awesome spot. So I basically put out a post saying, hey, if you're local and you're musical or you just want to hang out with me and Rachel, here's the address we're going to be at and we're going to be from this time to close. So we hope to see you. Now, I think that's more than fair when you've traveled that far, don't you?
Yeah.
Now, my immediate instinct is nobody's showing up, man. It's going to be me and Rachel and maybe her sister, and that's going to be it. But to my surprise, we're kind of sitting there at the beginning. Now, we arrived way earlier than we needed to. And then we find out it's like $9 a pint, which isn't even a pint. Oh, good Lord. So we're kind of sitting there having a drink. And again, I'm getting that feeling now because we've been there a little bit and I'm getting that vibe now like, oh, man, no one's coming, right?
Yeah.
And then through the door at the back walks in this fine specimen of a man. And I'm looking at him thinking, is that Dave Rage K, the original co-host? And it certainly fucking was. Now, he had told me he was going to be there, but Dave K's been in about 4 episodes in 10 years. So when he gives you his word, as much as he's probably meaning to keep it, he may not keep it. You know what I'm saying? But there he is right in front of me. And folks, check out our last episode last week where we had a reunion episode. You know what I mean? We gave just Johnny the night off and I recorded an episode with the very Dave K. And then from that very moment, we proceeded to spend the rest of the night drinking copious amounts for me.
You had a second pint?
Give me a drum roll and I'll tell you how many pints I had.
Yeah, I don't have drums. I could fart again.
Go on then.
Ah, shit. No.
All right.
No.
8. I had
Fuck
8
off.
pints.
No way.
Hand on heart, 8.
I don't believe that because that would legit kill you.
Well, yes, it would. But it must be that Canadian beer is pretty much water because I'm telling you, 8 pints deep, my friend.
Oh, so are you slating Canadian beer?
I must be, man, because this guy went 8 pints deep. So anyway, what an incredible night we had. So there we go. Dave K's there and the sister's there. Rachel's there. Rachel's parents even come out. So at that point, I'm like, you know what? This is cool. I'm happy with this. And then through that evening, now, firstly, when the gentleman hosting the open mic shows up, turns out I fucking know the guy, which is fantastic, isn't it? That's a perfect way. And I say hello. We reintroduce ourselves. Awesome time. So now it's me. It's him. It's me, it's Dave K, and it's the host. So we're thinking it's going to be a cool night for open mic. We're just going to get to play. And then more and more old school friends show up. The one and only Sean Stockholm, who I haven't seen in like 8 years, shows up. He's a musician. He played too. Todd motherfucking Donald turned up. The Rev Jeffrey Davies showed up, who was also a co-host back in the day of this very podcast. So I hope I'm not forgetting anyone because it was an incredible night, and I'm so grateful to everybody that hung out with us. Mikey, our boy Mikey, what's happening, Mikey? Showed up too. And I remember I got up on stage to do my set, and I'm looking out, and I remember feeling so fucking grateful that all these people turned up, and so happy to see them all. And then Jay Walsh. Oh, Jay Walsh! I didn't get to Jay Walsh yet. So
fucking hell, you almost forgot.
I know, right? God damn, fuck me. That's terrible. So, of course, Jay Walsh had said, yo, I'll come and see you. And I was super excited about that. But now I got called onto the stage. So now it's my turn and Jay's not here. And I thought, oh, man, would it be nice to play with him? But anyway, so I get up. I sing a couple of tunes. I'm having a great time. And then all of a sudden, to my left, Jay motherfucking Welsh. And within seconds, I was like, yes! And I saw him, and I took off the guitar, and I just held it out. I gave him a hug, and I handed him the guitar, and I was like, fuck me playing this. Can you play this? We then proceeded to take over the evening and play for like 45 minutes, in which he proved to me that he still remembers all our original songs from all those years ago when we were playing together all the time. There's a video of a couple of them, and we spend a moment or two kind of rehashing out the chord progression and things like that, but good Lord if he didn't remember them all, and good Lord if he isn't still a fucking incredible, phenomenal guitar player. And I want to thank him so much for coming. And I hope he doesn't mind me saying it. He was saying 18 months sober for Jay Walsh. I'm so happy for him. So keep it up, my friend. We're all rooting for you, but oh, good Lord, what a guitar player. What a great time. I had a fucking awesome time. Sunday night, Rich Uncle Tavern. There's videos that exist on Facebook and YouTube. Check those shits out.
Sounds mad.
It was mental.
Not quite as mad as me working but up there maybe close.
Well,
close
we were
seconds.
out drinking until 1 a.m.
I don't think you've ever seen 1 a.m.
No, never. And Dave K, he was fucked up, dude. He was drunk as a motherfucker.
Drunk as a motherfucker.
And Uncle Joey missed the greatest moment, what could have been a great moment for him, because of course we all know how much Uncle Joey loves Rage K. We tried to video call him live together, drunk, and he didn't answer.
Motherfucker.
I know things
How dare he be working or sleeping or
right?
something?
Or
That's
attending to his
just rude.
family or his farm.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
You should be there waiting for that drunken Matt call. No.
So then we get to the next morning, and I wake up, and I'm waiting for the hangover to kick in, right? Because that's what you do. You're like, okay. Here
kind of like the calm before the storm. Like,
Yeah.
as soon as I move, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, and I thought, here it comes. Nothing. So I figure it's on a delay. It's going to hit me later. So we do our general things that day. We're visiting people and saying hello to people, and I keep waiting. I'm like, oh, it's going to hit me any minute. Nothing. No hangover. No headache. I didn't throw up. I wasn't even that drunk.
I mean, given the fact that 2 pints and you're dead over here.
Right? Like, so what happened?
I don't know.
Either it's the weed counteracting,
Oh, okay.
or the beer sucks. I don't know. But it must be the whole, like, what you're used to thing, your whole tolerance thing, because I would love to read you a message I got from Dave K the next morning. I sent him, last night meant the world, my man. And he said, I am the shattered remains of a broken man today, but totally worth
And
it.
you're like, motherfucker, I'm not even touched.
Right? But totally worth it, he said. So what a great time. Thanks to everyone who visited us and hung out with us. And if we didn't get to see you, I'm so sorry. It was just busy, man. You should have come on Sunday. You know what I mean? I was there for like 4 hours, 5 hours. You could have turned up and said, hiya.
How's it going?
Yeah, how's it going? So I'm sure I'll remember some other stories as we move on in life. But yeah, that was our trip. And then it was also obviously a matter of just coming back. I'm recovering, and the fucking jet lag beat the shit out of me.
Which is weird because normally you're odd.
I know, usually I'm fucking odd, but no, this time it kicked my ass. I'm still fucking tired. But wonderful trip, and that's our story about it so far. And then as we wind down and close down for the week, yeah, I got this thing I want to play, but I think we're going to do it next episode because I want to kind of build up to it. And, I recorded a phone conversation with somebody that was rather interesting, and we'll play that on one of our upcoming episodes. How about that?
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a plan, Stan.
Stan.
Yeah.
Oh, too soon.
Why? Oh, Stan Lee. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry.
It's too soon.
I know. I'm sorry. All right. So listen, folks, check us out on Twitter at Legend Podcast. You can email us, legendinmypodcast@gmail.com. You can check our Facebook group. You can check us on Instagram. Just fucking throw us in Google because we're Uriwer. And by we, I mean me, because just Johnny doesn't, you're not friends on that level. You guys aren't that close.
I'm how you say, not very down with the
Nice?
kids and this social media. Or nice.
You're not very nice?
Not at all.
No, you're all right. You're all right. You just don't want to be Twitter friends with people.
Or mainly because I don't have Twitter.
You do have a Twitter, though.
Do I?
I don't know. Do you? I don't know. Maybe not.
I think I might have created it when certain companies were like, free giveaway of a game or something, or a PC. And I'm like, oh, yeah, need a Twitter account. Fuck.
Yeah.
So I thought I'll create one, and then I didn't win. I thought I deleted it.
Oh, well, there you go.
Maybe.
So, yeah, don't follow Just Johnny because he doesn't want to talk to you. But I'd love to hear from you in all of our different fashions.
Did you like listening to our fans?
Yeah. Our listeners, you fuck. Check us out everywhere. Check out our friends on the IHOP network. And how about, to close out the show, we play one of those songs that we recorded of me and Jay Walsh Sunday night at the Uncle Rich Tavern in Ontario, Canada. How about that?
What if I say no?
Well, I'm going to edit it so that you said yes, and I'm going to play it anyway. So how about I play a song to take us out this week, Just Johnny?
Or yes.
There you go. Perfect. I'm going to use that yes now to make you say yes to anything I want.
Yeah, because that sounds completely fluid.
Yeah. All right. So check us out everywhere. Check out Matt Lee's band on YouTube and on Spotify or wherever you get your music. Those Mad Ducats are rolling in, so please keep them coming by streaming the songs. We worked very hard on them. We'd love for you to listen to them. The Matt Lee's band on Twitter or on Spotify, etc., iTunes. I'm getting tired. But to play us out this week, it's myself and Jay Welsh with an original song called Lois Lane. This is one of the ones I talked about where we were kind of jamming it out as we were doing it because he was kind of remembering it as we were playing it. You'll hear a moment where he remembers the bridge, and myself and Dave K and everyone get super excited because you won't see the video, but you can see it on YouTube. He actually got really excited with himself when he remembered it, and he kind of jumped up and down, and everybody cheered, and it was a really fun moment. So here we are singing Lois Lane live from Kitchener, Ontario, here in 2019, just a couple of weeks ago. So until next time, I've been Matt. Oh, no.
Oh, Matt.
Oh, no.
Flawless up until this point. Flawless.
I've never fucked up the ending. Usually everyone else does that.
Matt. Look, I'm not angry. I'm just fucking livid.
I've been Just Johnny.
No, you've ruined it now. I've lost my flow.
We'll see you next time, folks. I've been Just Johnny.
He's been Matt Lees.
Get the fuck off my podcast, you fucking savages.
Well adapted.
I wish I grew up in Metropolis, and I wish that Kramer could have been my best friend. He's cooler than my best friend. Now I don't know about you, but I always wanted to hang out on the Muppet Show, writing songs with Kermit about R-A-I-M-O's, and I wish I was cool just like E.C. Slater. Wish I was bad just like Darth Vader, and I wish I had a girl like Lois Lane tonight. I said I wish I was cool just like E.C. Slater. I wish I was bad just like Darth Vader, and I wish I had a girl like Lois Lane tonight. I always wish my maid was Tony Danza. Always wanted to know a guy like George Costanza. I don't know George Costanza. I never was a fan of Mickey Mouse, but I would have killed to grow up on Full House, cause Becky, oh and Becky, she was so hot. I said I wish I was cool just like E.C. Slater. I wish I was bad just like Darth Vader, and I wish I had a girl like Lois Lane tonight. I wish I was cool just like E.C. Slater. I wish I was bad just like Darth Vader, and I wish I had a girl like Lois Lane tonight. You might hear them say that I'm crazy. But don't it look so much easier on the TV? It's gonna go higher. That's why I wish I had a treasure map just like the Goonies did. I wanna travel through time with Bill and Ted, Abe Lincoln, and Billy the Kid. Now I never liked Rambo very much, but you'll be Starsky, I'll be Hutch. Cars can teach us to fly. We'll learn guitar from this fucking guy. Cool just like E.C. Slater. Wish I was bad just like Darth Vader, and I wish I had a girl like Lois Lane tonight. Come on, Dave. I wish I was cool just like E.C. Slater. Wish I was bad just like Darth Vader. And I wish I had a girl like Lois Lane tonight. I wish I was cool just like E.C. Slater. I wish I was bad just like Darth Vader. And I wish I had a girl like Lois Lane. Well, maybe a girl just like Lana Lang. One more time, 'cause she was always so much hotter than